if I'm a member of the general public and I were to walk in and say, how can I get involved in the comp plan, what would you tell me?
First thing would be to register for the website, which is BEHBG. You can come in and do that here or at the convenience at your own home. And then that's a really great platform for us to reach out into the community. You can post your own ideas with pictures, upvote other ones that you like and agree with, and we will take those into consideration.
Great. So if I need a little help signing up for the website, you can help me. But I've signed up for the website, so I feel pretty good with that. And I've used the suggestion boxes. What other resources are here? I see an awful lot of maps. Are they? Is this user friendly? Can you sort of explain what we would find?
Yeah. So over here behind you, we have a lot of our census data put into graphic form, where we'd be happy to kind of help decipher some of the things that are more difficult, but a lot of it is user-friendly. It's available on the website.
Wow, this is really interesting. The vacant home map. Does that match your your thoughts and understandings, Brett?
Yes,
Jeff?
absolutely. We've used the most recent census data to determine there are about 4,300 vacant properties in the city. It's one of the biggest issues that you'll see represented in the comp plan as strategies to deal with maintenance of properties, and particularly the maintenance of vacant properties. As we begin to grow the population of Harrisburg, we're going to need those buildings moving forward. So we're focused on those two areas of the city.
How does that overlap, for instance, with household income? Let's take a look, shall we? Up at this map here. All right, so you've got household income. And basically it looks like the darker green you go, it's a little hard to tell with the things, but gray is 12 to 43. So the majority of the city is gray, and these areas here are the areas with a slightly higher median household income also, which seems to fit a sort of general sense of the city. What's amazing to me is we talk about how about half of city residents are either at or below the poverty line, and that is essentially you can see that visually in the gray, where really the majority of the city is in the 12,000 to 43,000 range. Neat. My understanding is you guys are open 10 to 2 every day, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
And additional hours by appointment if people need to make it. And we are on Willow Street, which is basically behind the cathedral.
Yes.
We're sort of in between State and North Street here, and there's ample parking all around. But we'll have staff, our incredible interns here, basically every day 10 to 2 Monday through Friday. But if you can't make it during that time, you want to come after work one day and stop in, just call ahead. And it is yet another way to get engaged with the comp plan, and it is in addition to all the other efforts which the city is currently engaged in. We are still in the phase of gathering public input, and my understanding is that is going to go through December 4th, and after December 4th we'll begin the sort of compiling of all that input into the plan. We hope to have a plan for public and council consumption in January, right? Initial.
Actually,
offers?
the document will be in our hand March 1st of 2016, and at that point, we will begin going through the county review process, then the Harrisburg Planning Commission review process, and then going on to City Council. Prior to that, as the mayor said, the public engagement window is open till December 4th. So anybody can give any public input, whether it's reaction to some of the ideas they're seeing here in the concept alternatives or new ideas. The process and the document are living documents, so they're not meant to be entirely prescriptive. They're meant to be kind of broad-based ideas, and so they're allowing kind of change to happen. As far as where our next meetings are going to be, as the mayor noted, October 26th will be at the City Hall chambers, and that'll be at 7 p.m. And then we'll be meeting also the 27th and 28th, and then November 2nd, 4th, and 5th, and that will be in the same pattern as what we did in our first round of public engagement, where we were collecting data in June. And then we'll have a workshop December 2nd to follow up to kind of summarize everything we've done before the consultants go back and start working on the actual document.
It will become a guiding document for all aspects of not just civic planning, but every department, from public works, economic development, public safety. They will all be affected by the comp plan. And it basically is, as we hope, a collection of public opinion that's going to sort of give validity to those directions that we choose to take. Even in budgeting, right now without a comp plan, it's very difficult. We're sort of more or less surviving year to year rather than planning ahead, so to speak. So the document's going to guide all policy decisions on all different levels, and it's going to, I think, help connect the public to government, which is really the main benefit. As far as I'm concerned, you will have people that really have had a chance to say, this is what we want to see, and then it's going to be up to us as leaders to try and effectuate that change.
For the first time in 41 years, it's giving the citizens, residents, businesses, property owners here in the city a chance to say, this is who we are, collectively to determine a vision that guides the growth and development that will enact that vision. And it lets us, now is an important time for this to happen because we're at the cusp of a lot of new trends in planning, such as sustainability, livability, multimodal transit, and it gives us as a city the opportunity to start making those high priorities in how we plan and the projects we do. So that will be huge in helping us define ourselves as an attractive city, not just for the residents who are here, but for hopefully new residents that we can bring in from the outside.
And it's been a great process so far, just getting a chance to hear ideas. You can get a little sense of it from what looks to be all these idea cards and slips that have been put out. You can see all ages. We've had young children all the way up through seniors putting ideas. How do you translate those ideas when they come into these boxes into consideration by the overall plan?
We have a system of collecting all the different ideas. We've been counting how many idea slips we've collected. We've been really trying to make sure that we've been inclusive, so we have slips in Spanish out at different various events and English as well, and then those go into the database that we use to kind of see what is buzzing in the community and what's really important to our residents here.
My favorite maps are the ones we're developing for the future, and
Okay.
probably the one that I prefer at the moment is in the upper right-hand corner there, which is actually more of a poster, which outlines the beginning we have of a strategy for all of Market Street, literally from the beginning over on the other side of the river to the end of the city at South 25th Street, where it terminates. And Market Street used to be sort of the pulsing core of the city, and because of some incremental changes to traffic movements and things like that, it's really ceased being that. And part of the plan is the opportunity to put it back to really the sort of pulsing thoroughfare connecting downtown up to the Hill District of the city, which, and as you can see by all the little marks on there, there's something that needs done almost every single block. And the interesting thing about the comp plan is we're able in the comp plan to coordinate all those things. Individually, they might not make a great deal of sense or get a lot of funds drafted to them, but when you put them together and can see the entire vision, they all make sense. And that way we can go to the various agencies all at once that we need to coordinate to do this and really make fundamental change for the city of Harrisburg.
October 26th is the next public engagement session. It's going to be downtown at City Hall at 7 o'clock, so you can come without having to pay for parking. Then there's going to be additional series of meetings in through the beginning of November. And that's going to be the first time for the public to begin to react to specific concepts that have already started to emerge. But we are officially still in the information gathering phase, and it is there's still plenty of time for people to weigh in on any ideas or things that they'd like to have. You're also going to see, coupled with this effort to open the office, another renewed effort to get into the neighborhoods and to work with various neighborhood groups on a sort of neighborhood by neighborhood basis to solicit additional feedback and input. But I know it was important to the city when we issued the RFP for the comp plan to have an actual open office where people could come. And so we're really pleased that now through October and into December, this office will be open pretty much every weekday.